Today is the day that you are going to get your hands dirty. And when I speak of dirty, I mean dangerous things. In today's video, I'm going to teach you exactly how you can code your own malware using Python. And to be specific, it is a ransomware. For you who don't know what ransomware is, it is actually a malware. And also malware is a short form for malicious software, okay? So ransomware is a malware that it is coded and its function is actually to encrypt files on one's system. So when it is introduced into your system, it can encrypt all of your files, and all you need it is actually a key to decrypt them. We are going to see how that is made in a minute. This can be used by hackers. They kind of encrypt all your files and they want you to send a Bitcoin to blah 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 account, and after that they give you the key to decrypt your files. Please, disclaimer before we go on, I don't want you to do that. Okay, this video is for educational purposes only. Do not perform anything unauthorized or without consent. With that being said, so let's get into the video. Okay, now I need to give you some requirements. Here are the things that you need to have before proceeding in the video. You need to have a computer running Linux, okay? It can be any type of Linux, it can be on a cloud, it can be VirtualBox, Diobot, any type of Linux, any distro, Kali, Ubuntu, Parrot OS, all that, okay? If you got that, I think that's all you need. And some internet connection, actually. Kind of. Not quite. Anyways, let's get into computer. Now, right now you're in your Linux computer. First things first, we are going to use Mr. Terminal right over here. If you don't know what Mr. Terminal is, watch this video right over here. I think right over here or here. Yeah, right over here. This video will teach you exactly what Mr. Terminal is. It is Linux for Hackers series, okay? It's a playlist. So go watch it, then come back. Okay, now here's Mr. Terminal. In Mr. Terminal, first of all, we are going to create a directory. So we are going to tell this one to please create a directory. So you're going to tell it, please make directory. Then you are going to name the directory, and the directory is actually ransomware. All right. Really quickly, press enter. Ransomware is already created. You wanna see it? Press ls, and you'll list everything right over here. Okay. So let's find ransomware. Right. Okay. Here's ransomware. Easily, right? Now we are going to change the directory to ransomware really quickly. So change the directory to ransomware, and it is actually currently empty, right? We are going to create some files, okay, some text files, documented files, all right, so that we can encrypt them and decrypt them and play with them, right? So first things first, we're going to use the command echo to create files, all right? So to write things in the files. So in echo, you are going to say, for example, echo, this is a file, okay? First things, this is a file. Then after that, you're going to name the file, okay? The file, this will be the message in the file. Then you're going to name the file. Now the first file, let's call it maybe file.txt, okay? File.txt. There. You want to see if it's created? There. It's already created, file.txt. Now we are going to create three more files really quickly. So you're going just to type in echo. Now instead of this is a file, let's type in something else, all right? Let's say like, okay, like the video actually. So we are going to call this one maybe like video, vid.txt, vid.txt, real quickly. Yep, there. ls is already there, vidfile.txt, easily. Now we are going to create another file. So we may say this file is actually comment, okay? Make sure you comment, guys. Echo, make sure you write echo, and instead of like, you're going to write comment, easily. Then we are going to name it, for example, youtube.txt. So comment youtube.txt. So okay, now the fourth last file, you are going to name it first of all we are going to name it cave9.txt. This file is the most crucial one, cave9.txt, and right here it is the most crucial thing, subscribe. So make sure you subscribe, guys. Oh shit, sorry. Oh, kind of catchy. Now there, we can list all the files right there, and if you want to see what's in those files, you can actually see them by doing cat, okay? Concatenate. Let's say you want to cut file.txt, press enter. This is the file. Here is the thing that you wrote inside it. file.txt. Let's cut curve then so that you may be sure that everything is written inside. .txt percenter. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe guys to the channel. So right now we are going to start writing our Python script, okay? We are going to name this script something like Voldemort. So you are going to open Nano editor right over here. You can use Nano, you can use code, okay? Whatever you want to use. For example, if you want to use VS Code, you don't have Nano, just go ahead and type in code, then dash, then dot. It will open Visual Studio Code on this directory. But if you want to use Nano, the easy way, or everything is easy. So you're just gonna type in nano, then voldemort.py. Easy. Press enter. It will open voldemort.py. So first things first, once you are in your voldemort.py, you are going to import OS, okay? Something that we are going to use to print files and run files and control the operating system actually of the target. Right now we are going to define our list. So defining our list, and actually we are going to define an empty list. So by doing so, our list is actually files, but this files equals to an empty list, okay? So that's how you define an empty list in Python. So after that we are going down, and right now we are going to use for loop to discover the files in our current directory. By doing so, it's really easy. So we're going to type in for file, okay, for file in OS. So we want to print all the files in our current directory first of all, to make sure these things actually can notice the files in our current directory. So for files in os.list directory, so you're going to list almost everything. So after that, press tab right over here, and you'll type in if file. Now you're going to type in if file equals voldemort.py. I'm going to tell you in a minute why we have written this if statement. Voldemort.py, alright, really easy, voldemort.py. Then we are going to tell you what to do. Continue, actually. So if file equals to voldemort.py, you are going to continue. You are going to skip voldemort.py. Okay, now here we have forgotten the, yeah, there, easy. So if the file equals to voldemort.py, it will continue. Because if this software or ransomware is ran into the target's machine, you don't want voldemort.py to be encrypted. Like it's the source code. You don't want it to be encrypted. All right. So let's continue. Now we are going to print the files. All right. So right now you are going to type in files append. Okay. So right now you are going to append these files, which is an empty list actually, and this list will be, okay, will be filled in by this OS, which is going to list all the directories available, and those directories available are the files. But remember, it will not list Voldemort. All right. So in this case, you are going to press enter right over here, and you are going to print so that you can print the output files, right? So you're going to print whatever it gets. And in this case, I want you to press Ctrl Alt, Enter, Ctrl X, and you can run this one by typing in Python 3 voldemort.py. When you press enter right over here, oh shit. So do you guys know why this has happened? Okay, we don't see the exact files. Let's go back to our nano editor really quickly. All right, nano voldemort.py really easily. So we have mistaken one thing right over here in our append, okay? Append files. It is not supposed to be append file, it's supposed to be append file. Control O, enter right over here, and Control X, and I think that will do it. Python, voldemort.py, and yeah, there we are. Good, easy, simple, amazing, right? So kevdan.txt, everything is here, and as you can see, our voldemort.py isn't here. Now, let me show you one thing, that the code that we just wrote there, if whatever, whatever, to remove voldemort.py actually really works. Now, let's see, for example, if you go ahead and do things without, now let's go ahead and type in Python 3, enter, okay, really quickly. Let's start by importing, okay, import OS really easily. There, OS is imported, then we are going to list everything. We are going to type in the command that we used to list things. And the command is actually os.list directory. Let's see if it will work. There, as you can see, voldemort.py captain.txt, everything is listed, right? Really easily, really simple. But as you can see, it listed also voldemort.py, and that's why in that code on Nano, we used if statement to exclude the voldemort.py. Now let's go back real easily, okay? Just type in exit, then it will exit. Now let's try making a directory, okay? So make directory, all right? Now make directory, and let's call this directory test, okay? There. Now let's run our Python 3 voldemort.py there. As you can see, our test is also included. Why? Why? And we do not want our directory to be included in here. We only want individual files like kevin.txt, file.txt, yt.txt, and vfile.txt. That's all that we want, okay? We do not want directories to be included. And we can fix that really easily, really simple. First things first, go on nano voldemort, all right? Nano voldemort. And right now, instead of before appending this thing, we are going right here, there, okay, sorry, yeah, there, we are going to create something, an if statement, so that it will exclude our directory only, and it will only pick individual files. So you're going to type in an if statement, if os, okay, dot is file, okay, so we are going to make sure it is a normal individual file. um, if ox dot path, okay, the path is actually a file, okay, then it will be added to file. Put that parenthesis, whatever you call them, I don't know. Then right down here, you are going to file append files. There, easily. So first things first, here are the commands that we have just given, or the meaning of the code, okay? It will list all files, okay, in the current directory. But if the file is voldemort.py, it will continue. It won't list it. But also, it has to make sure the file on that path, this directory, it is actually a file. And if it is a file, it is going ahead and append the file, or it will bring it out. But we won't see it unless we print files. This list right over here. So we are going to print it after everything right over here is followed respectively. In that case, we are going to press Ctrl O, Enter, Ctrl X. Then when you type in again development.py, Python 3, there, as you can see, test, this thing right over here, it is nowhere to be seen. For example, you make another type of directory, and let's call it another one. All right, another one, okay, there, list all directories. First of all, as you can see, test is there, another one is also there, they are all directories. But if we python 3 voldemort.py, these things aren't there, okay? You can go ahead and remove all these things. Remove test. Also, you're going to remove another one. Done. List. Everything is good. Great. So right now we are going to encrypt the file. We have just written a code that it will display those files in the current directory as an output, okay? It will print them out as an output. So right now we are going to encrypt them. It's easy, and it's shocking amazing, and it's shocking dangerous. So to encrypt the file, we are going to use a special framework or tool in Python. It is called farnet, okay? So right now in the importing section, we are going to import farnet. So from cryptography, cryptography, I think that's how it's spelled. From cryptography.farnet, there, import farnet with a capital letter F, farnet. Yeah, I think that will do it. Come down right over here. So we are going to create a key, okay? Key equals farnet dot generate underscore key dash dash there. Okay, now ooh, equals good. Okay, so right now we are going to type in with open, okay, with open. Then what we are going to use to open, all right, is the key. So you're going to give Python a command, the key, all right? The key dot key there, then WB. WB, this stands for write binary mode. It's like you're giving Python a privilege to write something on your software, right? So WB stands for write binary mode, right? It's a binary mode. WB, so then you are going to type in as the key. So it's going to write in as the key. And in this case, this is how you are going to encrypt your files. First enter right over here, then right over here, you type in the key dot write, then key. There. I think that's it. So right now you are going to Control O, enter, Control X, Python dot Voldemort. There. It won't show anything at all. Okay, now one thing we forgot to print it out so we can see nano Voldemort pi and come all the way down. Print. Now what are we going to print? Files, I think, something like that. Okay, Control X, Python 3, the key. So we have created the key, and within the key, it is where that net has generated our special key, and every time you run it, it generates a new key. That key is the key that we are going to use to decrypt our file whenever we encrypt these files. If you want to see what the key looks like, let's go ahead and cut the key really easily. Press enter, and as you can see, here is your blah 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 key. So Farnet has created you a key that you can use to decrypt these files whenever they get encrypted, and it kind of creates a new key every single time. So let's go back and continue encrypting things first. But first things first, you do not want the key.key to be encrypted because this is the file that has your key. You do not want to encrypt it, or your key also, you can't see it. It will be encrypted too. Okay, in this case, we are going to volume.py and we are going to exclude that one, the key.key, right here. So we're going to type in that, or, okay, file equals the key dot key. Okay, there. Files equals the key dot key. It will continue. So this thing won't be printed once again. If you want to test that, you can go ahead and type in Python 3, and the key.key is not there. So we kind of exclude it so it won't be encrypted. Let's continue. In another Voldemort, okay, we are going to continue and encrypt this sucker. So right here, we're going to make a for loop for file in files, a single file within the files list. Then that column with, we're going to use something with open. So open, then what are you going to open? The file. Okay, so you're going to open the file in the RB, which stands for read binary. So this thing will go to read your file. Okay, the first one, it was write, because you are writing something and the thing that you wrote was the key into that folder, the key.key. So right now you are going to open file, okay, any file, and into that file we are going to open it in a mode called read binary. So in that case, you are going to open that file as file there, okay, and yeah, you close it with the double colon, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so within the file right here, you are going to find the contents, then equals the contents equals to the file dot read there. And now you are going to encrypt, and now you're going to encrypt this sucker easily. There, contents underscore encrypt I think that's how it's written, equals farnet dot key. I mean farnet in brackets key. Okay, you're going to use the key from farnet. Then you're going to tell to encrypt it. Then you encrypt what? You encrypt all the contents. There, easily. Now, right now, you are going to with open file in what mode? In write mode, okay, so that you can write something in it. Write mode binary, whatever, write binary mode. So you're going to write it as the file. So, yep, so that you can encrypt it. And right now, it is the file dot write contents underscore encrypted. There, easily, simple, also kind of amazing. Okay, so we finish this one. There, Control O, enter Control X, Python, whatever, whatever. So, oh shit, sorry, Python 3, volume.py. There. Now let's go and see if this thing is encrypted. Cut real quickly. Let's cut cave down. Okay, the subscribe thing, and let's press enter. Boom. Shit, encrypted. Isn't that amazing? Like, come on, guys, isn't that awesome? Anyways, now this thing, this sucker is already encrypted. Right now, we are going to decrypt it. And as you may know, this Voldemort.py or the code written in Voldemort.py, the code used to encrypt the file, is kind of similar with the code that can be used to decrypt, unless you can change a couple of things to make it a decryption. Okay, so in that case, we are going to copy Voldemort.py to a new directory or something like that. Voldemort.py to, let's say, let's call it decrypt.py. Decrypt.py. I think this will do it. There. Really easy. ls. Oh yeah, decrypt.py is already there. Let's go real quickly to voldemort.py. And right here we are going to make sure or file equals voldemort decrypt is in there. Okay, decrypt.py. So we don't want decrypt.py. So we do not want decrypt.py to be encrypted. I think you get what I'm trying to say. All right, there and enter Control X. So right now, when you cut decrypt.py, you might find the same contents as in voldemort.py. Okay, now that's amazing. Let's go and edit that real quickly. Nano edit decrypt.py. Now, first things first that you are going to use, first of all, first you wanna exclude this one, decrypt.file, because it was not encrypted. So there, or file equals decrypt. As you can see, this is our voldemort.py code, but in our decrypt.py code, we are going to write something different, okay? This thing right over here, creating a new key, you won't be doing that. You don't want to create a new key or your file will be encrypted twice. So what you want to do, it is going ahead into this thing right over here and delete everything. This one key equals farnet generate key because we do not want to create that new key. All right, there. So right now we are going to change a couple of things right over here. So we are going to tell it, okay, open the key.key file in write mode. So instead of write mode, we are going to read mode because we want to read the key that's in there. We do not want to write anything. We used the write mode before because we needed to write the key generated by Farnet. But right now we're going to read the key that's in there. So we are going to read it as key, okay, as key, the key with capital letter K. So we are going to read it as key. And right now, it's not the key, it's the secret key because we are going to use it to decrypt files. So we can name it secret key. Secret key. There. easily. And then the secret key equals to let's delete all this one. Uh, yep, there. Okay, secret key. Secret key equals to key dot read. So it's going to read the key there. Okay, now right now we are going to kind of change a couple things. Okay, right here with open file, whatever, we are going to change this thing right over here, contents encrypted, and instead of encrypted we are going to type in decrypted, and right over here instead of encrypt it's going to be decrypt. Also right over here it's going to be decrypted. Okay, there, decrypt. Come here, we do not want to fornet the key. Okay, we want to fornet the secret key. Okay, this one must be equals to this one. All right, so it's going to be secret key there. Control O, enter, Control X. Let's see. Yeah, now it's ready to run. Okay, not nano. Okay, I'm sorry. Python 3 decrypt. Yeah, the pi there. Now let's see if these things have been decrypted. Let's go and see the matter of truth. Let's cut cavedown.txt and boom, back to subscribe, guys. It's done. You have already decrypted your encrypted file in ransomware. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? Now, before we finish this video, let's create a passphrase that you can use instead of writing all the things once again or writing the secret key once again. Let's create one word phrase that you type in and your files become decrypted. Easy, right? To speak. Let's go and nano decrypt.py. Okay, right there we are going to add some few things. Okay, first of all, right over here in here. So we are going to set a phrase, right? You are going to set a phrase, and in this case, let's say a secret phrase that you can use to get in equals, let's put anything, for example, let's say let me in, right? Let me in, right? Okay, there. Let me in. There. Now let's create another thing called let's say user phrase, right? User phrase underscore equals input. Here's where you can write something, the place where you can write your secret phrase, which is let me in. So in this case, you're going to tell it to enter the secret phrase. The secret phrase to decrypt your files. And let's put backslash n to put in a new line so that you can write on a new line, not at the continuation of this thing. I think that's how Python works. And after that, I think that's it. You can just go ahead and type in an if statement, if, so that you can relate between the user phrase, the phrase that the user has typed in. If it equals to the secret phrase, which is the secret phrase is let me in, it will decrypt the files for you. So by doing so, you're going to type in if user underscore phrase equals secret phrase, um, secret phrase in double column, then come down right over here for let's put all these, yep, let's put all this under the if statement here, then here, then here. So you know spacing is quite important, crucial in Python. So here and lastly there. I think this will kind of do it. Okay, when you press enter over here, control X, control O, enter, control X, that will be it. But first of all, let's encrypt our files. Let's first of all see Kevda.txt, it's still there, right? Now let's encrypt it by typing in Python 3 instead of decrypt. We're going to type in Volder mode there, and let's cut Kevda.txt. It's encrypted, right? Now let's Python 3 instead of Volder mode. We are going to type in for decrypt, and let's see if it will decrypt. Decrypt. Enter the secret phrase to decrypt your files. Isn't that amazing? Now we say the secret phrase. Let's type in a wrong secret phrase. Let's say go in, okay? Press enter. Nah, there's nothing, okay? It won't decrypt your files, okay? Now let's say, for example, let's go with nano decrypted files. Let's put an else statement right over here, okay? So if this thing is decrypted, let's go right over here and decrypted. Yeah. So you're going to print. Okay, let's go ahead and print. Congrats, your files have been decrypted. Okay, else, now let's put an else statement right over here. Else, okay, let's first of all there. Else, if the if statement isn't followed, else print sorry, wrong phrase. Send me more Bitcoin. There, boom. Okay, and I think this will do it. Control O, enter, Control X, and let's now, first of all, yeah, let's say again Python 3 decrypt and enter the secret phrase. Let's say again something like come in, okay, come in. First enter, sorry, wrong secret phrase. Okay, send me more Bitcoin. Now this time let's try the correct secret phrase. Now there, decrypt and enter the secret phrase. It is let me in. And yeah, press enter. Congrats, your files have been decrypted. Let's cut capdime.txt and there, subscribe. Easy, simple, and amazing. But please do not do this to people without consent, okay? Just play with friends and families, mess up with their heads, but at the end, make sure you decrypt their files, all right? So I think this will make it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking out till the end of the video, because if you stick out till the end of the video, you are a true legend. And don't just forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because you can't be watching this quality videos, this quality contents, and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment down below, and I think we'll meet in the next video. So catch you in the next one. Cheers.